Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. As promised, once I found this binder, I would do a video on it. This is the other 1990s football card collection that I've been working on. I've got three sets in here. I got the 1990 Flier, 1990 Pro Set, and 1990 Score. Everything has been sorted and updated as of today. The only card that I haven't put in there, and it's because I'm not doing resorting a whole set for one card, is this Bobby Humphrey cornerback card that I got back today for the Score set. I'll do that after I get some more cards in. I just sent out a bunch. But we're going to start off here with the 1990 Fleer set. Visually speaking, this is one of my favorite sets of all time. The colors just really pop. It's cool to have it sorted by team, so you get all these Browns cards together, all the Broncos cards together, stuff like that. But it's the one that I probably have the least number of cards for. So I have 84 out of the 400 in the set, bringing me to 21%. I did just go through it this week because I had purchased the full set a little while back and sent out a bunch of those. So should be seeing that number increase here soon. But just a bunch of fantastic signers in this set. Every card pops with the signature on it. My only thing that I dislike about the set is the rookie placement. I think there's 5 rookie cards inside the entire set, and they're just kind of randomly thrown in with teams that they're not involved with. So you have this Andre Ware that disrupts the Vikings. I know there's a Jeff George card in this set. I think there's just 5, but they're just randomly thrown in. It would have made more sense if they put that at like the tail end of the team that it goes with. But other than that, one of my favorite sets to have worked on. Only Jim Kelly card that I have autographed. He does charge $75 per. I understand it. The guy's been through a lot. It goes to charity. It's for a great cause. It just stinks considering how many cards I have of him. If it was like $20 or $30, I would have sent off all my cards to go get signed by now. But gonna hold off on spending that much money just yet. But a bunch of great cards in here. I don't think there's too many that I have in this set that have since passed on. I've been really fortunate with that. Only ones I can think of are Wade Wilson, I think, from the Minnesota Vikings. But it's also the set that I have the least of. So anyone that has since passed away, probably not going to be able to get those added to the set. I think that's one of my 2 Kevin Porter autographs. Stephon Page, just got him the other day. Quite a few players in this set do charge. I know James Brooks is $5 per. Boomer Esiason is $5 or $10. Got a couple Indianapolis Colts cards. I was able to get Anthony Munoz a few years ago, right before he started charging a lot. I think he was asking for $5 to $10 back then. I was able to get them for free, and so now he's charging quite a few because a bunch of people found a loophole in getting them. Mike Kofer, I know he has since passed away. Got just a few more here. Again, I sent out more of these cards in the past week to get signed. Bill Bates, I don't think he's in any other set that I work on, so I was able to add him. Then ending with Eugene Lockhart. Then we have the 1990 Pro Set. This has 801 cards, I believe, officially, unofficially. And I have 232 of those signed, so 28.96%. None of these have been purchased. I do think I received one via trade, and it was either a 90 Fleer or a 90 Pro Set of Chris Jackie, the kicker. But he's also a good TTM signer, so that kind of doesn't really count. But again, this is another set that visually it looks nice. Not as good as the Fleer, but still really nice. And it's cool that they have this sorted by team as well. So I've got a bunch of Jerry Glanville, who is also a former NASCAR driver. I know that he is in the 93 track set. So if you guys are working on that one, make sure you send that one as well with it. One thing that I really like about this set that you don't really see, especially nowadays, is head coaching cards. if Don Russ or Score in the modern sets were to start including those, I might start buying football cards again. But otherwise, I really don't have any reason to invest in those. But I started this set probably in 2016, 2017. It was right before I left high school, or finished high school. And I'm really glad I started it when I did, because a lot of the coaches that I have since been able to, that I got back since, have passed away. Sam Weish is no longer with us. Dan Reeves just passed away not that long ago. We still have Wayne Fontes. Ron Meyer has since passed away. And so I'm going to be missing quite a few of those cards, but they also aren't super expensive. So I might go through at some point and try and maybe purchase a few of the cards that I'm missing out of these sets. You know, Marty Schottenheimer was in this set. He passed away last year. But there's so many names just in the Pro set that it's great TTM fuel. Buying the Series 1 or Series 2 boxes, you won't get the entire set. I do have quite a few cards missing, but with as large as it is and the fact that they do a pretty good job of mixing it up, or they did a pretty good job of mixing it up, you're going to be able to send out to quite a few different people that are contained within. That is one of my kind of what I view as a downside to purchasing this. The first 30 cards, I think it is, are really, really hard to get. Those are kind of special inserts, but they're part of the base set. It's different award winners and everything like that. I think I only pulled 3 or 4 when I opened the Series 1 box. And then there's a portion of cards towards the end. It's like 740 to 800 or something like that. That's missing. And that was done on purpose because they had made a bunch of errors with the cards and they kind of got some in at the last minute. So instead of trying to make those sporadic, what they did then was you could mail to the Pro Set company. I think you had to pay like 10, 15 bucks or whatever it was back in the day. And they would send you that portion of the set as well as I think a couple of the updated ones to complete your set. Of course, that is no longer an option as they are no longer in business, but I'm sure that there's quite a few of them that I could purchase off of COMC. I know for sure there are definitely some cards in that I could get signed. I just haven't gone through and taken the time to figure out which ones I need. But I have started keeping track of cards that I am missing that I can get signed, so I will be purchasing those at some point. One thing I do like about this set is the Pro Bowl cards, sorted by conference, and it's pictures of them, almost all of them, pictures of them in the Pro Bowl. And there's a bunch of great signers within these. So really, really glad to have those. And I know there's a couple more that I could probably send out to get signed. And then after Series 2, or starting with Series 2, they go through the teams again, and you kind of get some of the players that they forgot to put in the first set, or kind of some of the backups, maybe not as well-known guys. But there's a lot of stars in this too. So it made it worth buying both sets, of course. Just a whole bunch of great names in this. A lot of great signers. So still here in the Bs, a bunch of the Browns and Bengals players from back then signed. But gotten quite a few Denver Broncos cards from these sets as well. I always get Jerry Holmes and Jerry Gray mixed up. So I have Holmes in the collection. Jerry Gray, last I knew, was on the Packers coaching staff. So depending on whether he stays there or moves to a different team, he's going to be a guy that I write to at right before the start of next season. Finally add him to the collection. I know that this Ricky Ellison took me about 2.5 years to get back, and the other card that I sent to him, he swapped out with another. I think it was the 90 scorecard or maybe a 91 upper deck. So that kind of stank. This card's bent up a little bit too, but not too bad. You know, Terry McDaniel has been charging. I don't think his rate is too bad. I think it's $5 or $10 per. I haven't seen Tim McKyer sign in a while. He's a really nice addition because he got a couple Super Bowls towards the end of his career with the Broncos. But I don't think I've seen a success from him since 2019. Irving Fryar charges. He's $5 or $10. I think he's been eligible for the Hall of Fame for a little while. I sent some more cards to Otis Anderson. I don't think I'm going to be getting those back anytime soon. And I'm glad I started this set when I did, because along with the coaches, a lot of the players have since passed away. So Tootie Robbins died from COVID-19 complications. Tunch Ilkin passed away this past year from ALS. I don't think really anyone knew that he had ALS until it was announced that he had passed, because he was a really good signer for a long time there. So I'm glad I got those really, really early into collecting football cards. They also have these cool first round, second round picks, as well as Pro Set prospects who aren't necessarily rookies, but maybe some guys that are kind of under the radar. A lot of those guys were really good signers. Some of them ended up becoming pretty good players as well. I know Doug Waddell, Jeff Ulanake, I think that's how it's pronounced, The House, Howard Ballard, all became good players as well. The way this set ends off is with a couple of NFL newsreel, just kind of some news from the previous season. I know there's a Paul Tagliabue card, which I need to send out. And then there's these Pro Set Hall of Fame photo contest, or Pro Football Hall of Fame photo contest cards. There's a couple of good signers on there. Mike Mularkey, Gary Reasons on this one. I just sent to Doug Waddell. I believe that Todd Bowles, former head coach for the Jets, is on one. I've seen some people get that card signed. I haven't had any luck with Todd Bowles, but maybe I'll try him again and see if I can get that back. Last one we have here is the 1990 score. There's 660 cards in this set. I have 186 of those cards, so 28.18%. Again, I do have this Bobby Humphrey in there, just not putting it in yet. I had almost the entire complete set when I started collecting 90s football cards, so that's why I have continued with this set. Visually, it's not the greatest, and it's not a bad set by any means, but if I were comparing it with the other two, this one would probably be my least favorite, visually speaking. There are a few unique cards that you don't find players of in other sets, or there's definitely a lot more punters and kickers contained within this set. But it still looks fine. When everything looks better when it's signed. But the action shots are pretty good. The card, like the actual photos, are a lot brighter than the other cards. The only thing I don't understand is the border. The border's not bad, but it's just weird how it changes partway through the set. And there's really no rhyme or reason as to like where it changes or why, as far as I could tell. I think it changes 3 times in Series 1. But again, bunch of great players within these sets, bunch of great signers. Bubby Brister, I know I need to order a card of his for the 90 Pro set. But you'll see at some point it kind of changes to like an orange and yellow kind of look. But I will say the photography is a lot brighter on these cards than they were for some others in the era. Yeah, it just starts changing. So it's got like a red, orange, yellow kind of look, which the cards look nice as they are. But again, just really no rhyme or reason to it. I don't think there's any card I have in this one that's especially unique. A lot of the players that you'd find in the other sets are contained within this one as well. So this is a great complementary set to those other ones. They have some rookies placed in there. I do like these little subsets that they have, the Hot Gun, the Ground Force ones. Some really nice looking cards. I don't know if I sent the Warren Moon out one yet. I don't think I have, but I'll have to get that one. That one looks pretty neat. Another Frank Reich card, head coach for the Colts. One of the 2 Ernest Biner cards that I have. This is the only Guy McIntyre card. He's a pretty strict 1 per. You can send that via the 49ers last I saw. Stein Cooler. Michael Kofer has since passed away. I don't remember when he died. 2018, I think. 2019, maybe. Bunch of really good players in here. Mike Ken, long time offensive lineman. Jason Starofsky, he's a pretty good signer. Joe Prokop, another punter. Like I said, this set's got a pretty decent amount of kickers and punters that'll sign. Jeff Gossett, Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome, John Telchik, Mike Pryor, Jay Schrader. There was a Jay Schrader card in the 90 Flier set that got smeared pretty bad. I don't know how good of a signer he is anymore. I haven't seen anything come back from him. But if there's any card I'd like to replace, it would be that 90 Flier Schrader, because it got smeared pretty bad in blue. Chris Chandler, got that back not too long ago. Sent out another request to Haywood Jeffries. Haven't gotten that back yet. Haven't seen too much from him. Jonathan Hayes was a long-time tight ends coach, and then I want to say he was a head coach in the XFL during their revival. I don't know if any of those coaches will come back when that league restarts, so that'll be interesting to see, but I thought it was pretty cool that he got to get a head coaching role. Doug Flutie, I sent $10 to his foundation and waited about 2 years, but got those back signed. Really glad to have those. Almost done here. And then again, they do these really cool insert cards. They're very 90s, but they're pretty cool looking. So Crunch Crew, got Carl Mecklenburg, Tim Harris. One of the few Andre Reed cards I have that actually count for sets. I used to just send any card I had back in the day. I wish I would have been a little bit more focused, but can't do anything about that now. They also have these All-Pro cards that are pretty neat. Some of them are pictures of them in the Pro Bowl, but other ones, of course, they're just in their regular uniforms. Quite a few All-Pro players from that season who signed. And then some more rookie cards of them actually in their college uniforms. Anthony Johnson's a good signer. Tim Grunhard's a pretty strict 1 per. Not sure why, but I got a couple more cards I got to find of his to send out to get signed. Ricky Proll, I'm really happy about having that card. He was a long-time wide receiver. Part of the greatest show on turf, and then won a Super Bowl as a backup receiver with the Colts in 2006. So he was a 1990 rookie and played, I think, 2006 or 2007 was his last year. So very, very long time receiver. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys working on any of these sets? Hopefully this gives you guys some ideas. And I have been sending out some more stuff like this. It was really fun back in the day when you could get 15 to 20 letters out, in a day or, in a week and get a whole bunch of stuff back signed. But after getting back so much over the years and some people dropping off and signing or passing away and everything, it's only about maybe 2 or 3 every month or 2 that I can send to anymore to add new names to the sets. Probably have to start going into purchases here, but with as many sets as I'm working on, that's going to be really pricey, so I don't want to break the bank on that anytime soon. But thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.